That digital foundry, they're so unfair. They need to take another look at the AMICO. They're so misinformed. Let me type them up here. Hey Ratface, do your research. You're gonna feel the full power of the old man cringe community. Hey brother, you wanna play Fortnite with me and Carly Bra? Come on brah, they got the new Loki skin, baby. You guys go ahead. Ratface finally responded. Digital Foundry. Now you're gonna see the power of the AMICO. You're lost, brah. Hey, what does it smell like? Burnt money, brah. You're right, it does smell like burnt money. Well, let's go get some V-Bucks.
It's pretty concerning to put out an E3 video where you have Photoshop stock images, which
everybody does that
up on Twitter, and it's not that
everybody does that.
Images in itself is an issue. Everyone does that.
Yes.
But it's the fact that it's 4 months out, and you should be having prototype units and the ability to shoot that.
That's right.
That doesn't take a lot of time and resources.
My cash, my heart. Breathe, brother. Breathe.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them. Collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. I didn't think I was going to have to make this video until maybe, I don't know, the end of July. Man, well, it's time to have a come to Jesus meeting here, guys. And let me say, I don't take any sort of joy on being right about any of these things. I was pointing these things out to you while this is going on. At this moment, I have no clue. I'm glad I put it on a credit card, right? That deposit's ever going to be cashed in for a console, but you know, who knows, right? Who knows? But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all, guys. First, let me say about this Digital Foundry. I don't know who it was that prompted these guys, that egged these guys on to take another look at it, and calling the poor guy Ratface. It wasn't probably a good move. I don't know if it was one of the cringe community, one of my fellow cult members, or if it was one of the AMICO detractors. I have no idea, but they did take a second look. And in that second look, they raised a lot of the questions that we've been talking about here now for a while, right? And first of all, let me say that this is a point where you pay for sins, and I'm specifically talking to the members of my generation, right, of the community, because I think most of us wanted this console to succeed. We want it to succeed in one form or another. Does it have everything we want? No. Were we excited to have physical media? Yes. But there's too many signs here, guys. As a person that works in manufacturing, I told you before that you know, the QA side didn't look good, and it's just not looking great, right? The organization of this project doesn't seem to be the strongest in many levels, and a lot of things were pointed out on this second look of the Digital Foundry. Now, let me say that this is the price you pay for all these softball interviews where you guys had these guys on, didn't ask the hard questions, just spent time and time and time again praising them for their past accomplishments and not asking critical questions about the product launch right now. Like I told you before, I just made this video and I said this just became a complete shit show after just raising the price of the controller. When you start a venture and in the middle of it you start hiking up the prices or asking for more money, it is always a bad sign, because it's a sign of bad planning, right? And if they do try to raise more money, that should be a real red flag for everyone, right? The more the more I hear about things, the less faith that I have in this project. Now, with that said, let me tell you, Is all lost? No, it looks pretty grim. It looks pretty grim. But is everything lost? Could it be saved? Right? Could it be saved? So I'm going to tell you these things so maybe moving forward you guys can do a better job. I have no interest in getting involved with any interviews or anything like that. You know, for me this is entertainment, it's game collecting, stuff like that. But I know a lot of you are emotionally invested in this machine for whatever reason. You know, to me it's just money. It's fun, entertainment, and it's just money. But could this console be saved at this point with all these problems that they're having? Yes, it could. It possibly could, and it would involve a lot of hard choices, right? Choice number one would be to delay the console. Delay it, right? Because you don't have the infrastructure to deliver what you've promised, right? You would have to reassess your plan moving forward and try to make it with the resources that you now have without asking for more capital. Now you can raise the prices of future items, which I'll discuss secondly, but that's the first thing you need to do. You need more time. Just put it off, swallow your pride, and let's just move forward. Second, you do have to raise the prices and the structure of the games, right? This cap of $9-10 is not going to work for anybody, right? People are not going to make games or even make them in a rush if they're only going to make $5 a game. Change the pricing. Change it. If you're going to make online games, do it like Steam. Do it like these other companies. Hey, make what you want. Make it even friendlier for them. Say, we'll take 10%. 10%, and you guys take the rest. You can put them in our store, and we can move forward from there. Okay? For the physical games, again, the minimum price for a physical game should be at least $39.99 with a nice package. With a nice package. I told you, man, that Evel Knievel bike. So yeah, that would be another one. Here's the hard choice, right? You have to replace Tommy Tallarico as the spokesperson of the company. At this point, he's just burned himself too bad as far as the direction he's taken in social media, right? Whether it's fair or not, whether it's unfair or not, it doesn't matter. You need something new. What's been happening hasn't been working, right? Hire a PR firm, number one, then get somebody in charge of production who is a production person, who is familiar with the manufacturing process, guys. We don't even know where the factory where these are going to be made at right now. We don't know that. We have no clue. Nothing of this is prepared. All of this should have been done in advance, regardless of the pandemic, right? You should have had a plan for the pandemic. We've had guesstimates as far as, you know, what the end of this thing was going to be. So a plan should have been in effect, right? The fact that you don't even have boxes right now, right? And I made this point last time, but let me make it to you again even simpler. Boxes should be the cheapest thing to produce, right? You don't even have to produce all of them. You could have produced one. You could have made one as a sample. Show it to the clients. Show it to the investors. Show it to the media. You have nothing. Nothing. Again, zero game captures of these games that you keep talking about. Why haven't they been presented? Something a Twitch streamer can do, right? You haven't done it. All this is poor planning, guys. Look, it's hard for me to tell you these things because I'm not making fun of you. Everybody else is, right? And with good reason, because a lot of you have been pounding your chest on how this thing was going to be ready, yada yada yada. And I kept telling you, kept warning you, this is the wrong way to go, because this is your interview technique right here. And when you're not doing that, you're doing this. Again, you have to be critical. If you want the console to succeed, if you want the company to succeed, you have to ask the hard questions, right? If you have the right answer, it's not a problem. And if you don't, you work on getting it right. And just praising these people for no reason when we don't have anything concrete is not a good way to go. The next step you should do, right? And I made fun of this, but it's actually true. Most of the bigger channels, right? They're all influencers that take money, right? Every single thing that you did, every single Old Man Cridge podcast or investor podcast or whatever the hell you did just got flushed down the tube because what does Digital Foundry have? Over 1 million people they can reach right now, showing how unprepared this console is. Now you have 2 major sources that have given you terrible reviews as far as your process, right? And the outlook on the console, right? Just reset. Hire the PR firm. Engage with these companies. Some of them you're going to have to pay money. It has to come out of your advertising budget. But in the video game world, these are the realities now. Whether you present it properly on GameStop or on several YouTube channels, on Twitch, you're gonna have to pay, right? And you have to have a working prototype. And when I say delay, I mean delay until you have a playable, great, at least a AA game. It doesn't have to be AAA, but at least a AA. You should delay this console until you have Earthworm Jim. And not just a concept, not just a poster, a playable, good game that people would like to play, and even older gamers like myself wouldn't mind investing, more money on a cartridge and other memorabilia, whatever you want to put together. That would be the best. That truly would be the best thing to do. And the last but not least, like I said, you have to replace Tommy. He can be the face of many other things, but he can't be the driver anymore. He showed you right now it's not working, right? It's like you got to have that talk with him. Hey, Tommy, we're going to go a different direction. I mean, you smell that? That's a smell of your investment burning. That's why I put that picture up there. And that's why you have to make hard choices. And you, right, the most vocal ones, the old man cringe community, the cult, needs to start asking hard questions of Tommy and on everybody else. Stop this wishful thinking stuff and ask the hard questions. It's your money that's on the table, man. For guys like me, it's just entertainment. For guys like you, that you made all these videos, and I'm sure that many of you have invested in the company, even if you don't say it. That's just my advice to you. But you do what you want. If you like the smell of burning money and you don't want this console to ever come out, hey, go have another beer with Tommy and tell him that he's the greatest person in the world, and tell the CFO you love his games from 20, 30 years ago. But if you want the console to succeed, you have to acknowledge there's something very, very wrong.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.